Hello, my name is Chris and I'm a U-Haul hitch professional. Installing a fifth wheel hitch in your GMC Sierra can lead to some amazing adventures in heavy-duty towing. Now let's take a look at how I completed this puck system install. You will need the following tools or supplies to complete this installation. You will know that you have the puck system if you can identify these 5 inserts in your truck bed. You can now go ahead and remove them with a flathead screwdriver. You can now install the companion base into the truck's puck system. You are going to need a second set of hands. This is very heavy. The companion will come in the closed and locked position, so we will need to open the base in order for it to slide into place. Start by removing this cotter pin and the safety latch. You can then open both handles on this side. Be sure to keep your hands clear as you open the handle so that the base does not pinch your fingers. Repeat for the opposite side. We're now going to adjust the castle nuts on our handles to ensure that they are snug. So we will begin by removing this cotter pin with a pair of needle nose pliers. Once you have removed the cotter pin, you can go ahead and rotate the cam handle closed and begin hand tightening it. You can now open and close the attachment point. Ensure that you can feel the tension locking the hitch into place. You can use a 15/16 wrench to help with slight turns, but be sure you can freely open and close the handle without force or tools. Once you have confirmed that you are at the right tightness of your castle nut, you will need to ensure that you have clean passage for your cotter pin. Make sure to line up a cancellation and the pass-through in the bolt. You can now replace the cotter pin and use your pliers to bend it back. You can now jump to the other side. We're going to go ahead and follow our steps. We're now going to slide the slider rearward to expose our forward locking handles. Pull up on the slider's handle and pull it rearward, and it will lock itself into position. And we can now repeat this process on our forward nuts. Once you have tightened all 4 locking handles, recheck their tightness, as you may discover one that feels loose and needs to be retightened. We're going to go ahead and follow our steps to retighten down this locking handle. Never forget to reinstall the locking pin for the locking handles. You can now install your pivot arm in one of the 3 heights. This will be based upon your trailer. The directions will contain some measurements for you, but we're going to go ahead and start in the lowest position just for this video. Go ahead and line your 4 mounting locations up and secure it with the provided hardware. You can now tighten these bolts to the manufacturer's specifications, which I will link in the description below. I'm going to use a 3/4 inch socket and a short extension for clearance. Repeat for the opposite side. We're now going to install our leveling kit. You have a bracket, a spring, a bolt, and a lock nut. The bracket will clamp to the rear inside of the driver's side pivot arm, but you will also need to ensure that the top of the spring is a 1/2 inch from the bottom of the plastic. Once you have your measurement, you can use a tool or perhaps a rubber mallet to bang the clamp into position. You can now place the spring onto the bracket, pass the bolt through the bracket and then the spring, and then secure with the locking nut. You can now use two 7/16 tools to tighten it down. We can now install the fifth wheel hitch head. First, let's remove these pins, pull the R pin, and then the hitch pin. Repeat for the opposite side. Ensure that the hitch head is locked and re-secure your hitch pins and R pins. Repeat for the opposite side. We can now insert our locking handle. We need to first remove this safety latch pin. Insert the handle. Use your two button head screws in these two locations and affix with the flange nuts underneath. You can now use a 9/16 socket and a 7/32 Allen wrench to tighten this hardware. The handle can now rotate the jaws of the fifth wheel open and close. Do note that you are never supposed to tow without this locking pin in position. The previously aforementioned handle does open to the unlock position, so you can slide the slide back for the maneuverable position. That concludes the B&W Companion OE slider hitch install for your GMC Sierra. Do remember to practice safe trailering, and we can't wait to see you out there. If you have any questions about the products seen in this video, or if you'd like to schedule an installation with your local U-Haul hitch professional, please visit us online at uhaulhitches.com. You can also download the U-Haul app using the link in the description for even more ways to manage your hitch and towing needs.